Hi everyone, it's Diane. Welcome back to my channel, Scrap Edit Creations. Today I'm sharing with you some layouts I created using the Sweetest Honey pack of paper and stickers by Close to My Heart. The colors of this paper are very yellow and orange. And as you've probably heard me say a few times, those are colors I don't usually use. This paper is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful paper. Some, of course, I like better than others. This I love like a newsprint. I think those are so fun and so easy to use and so many uses for things like this. I think this one is absolutely adorable. I love these little beehives, and I'm not a big bee person, probably because I got stung when I was young by a bunch of yellow jackets, got bit and stung. And so, yeah, I'm not a bee person. They're not my favorite. I love a good stripe. This one I could take or leave. It's not my favorite. I do like this zip strip here. In fact, what was the zip strip? This zip strip's actually pretty cool too, right there. I haven't used this zip strip yet. I've used this paper and I actually liked what I did with it, but it's not one I would, go out of my way to buy. I think this one's cute. If you've got something for bees, honey, maybe Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a mixed blessing with this paper. My friend is really curious as to my thoughts on this paper after I've used it, and so I will share those as I go along. My one goal with using this paper was not to use the bees, just because I don't really have a need for layouts with bees. Um, but I do like these little banners here. I like the honeycomb shapes. I like these. I haven't had a chance to use those yet. I have used this piece. Let's see. I've used this stripe here and here, this little strip. I really like that. I've used my happy place and I've used remember. I think that's about all I've used on it. As you can see, this is what's left over from the layouts I created today. So I've used, some, not all of it. But let's get on with those layouts. So the first layout I'm titling Love Goes On Forever. Probably recognize it from that big old sticker, which was huge. So what I did is I put that on some paper and I cut it down to more manageable size. Okay, so I used White Daisy, 8.5 by 11 1/4. Then the newsprint paper here is 2 by 11 1/4 on both sides. A Sundance strip is a zip strip, so it's a 1/2 inch by 11 1/4. It's on both sides, and that word sticker from the sticker sheet. Just in case you've forgotten, I just showed it to you. It's this. There's 2 of them on there, which is amazing. I love it when there's 2 and I can just use them. Okay, so then this little black patterned paper here. Let's see, where is that? It's 5 by 5 3/4. Trim is needed because I just butted it up against the sticker. And this was 1 inch by 5. Yeah, by 5, 1 by 5. Okay. So then I took and I used, so I have this mink colored honeycomb, and the back isn't mink anymore because I used my blending brush and shortbread. And I added some details to this paper here, 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 and here. A little extra over here, some here, very faintly here. I didn't want a lot on it. I just wanted kind of a hint of the honeycomb. And so that's how I got that. I put 4 3x4 photo mats. And then this same honeycomb that is cut in mink, I've got a piece here and I've got a piece here. Just a hint of it. I didn't want a lot, just a little bit. Just enough that it's there. These flowers are from Happiness Lives Here. It's a cut file. And I did those in White Daisy and Sundance and black. And then the leaves are from the same file. And they are New England Ivy, the light and dark side. And then this swirl right here is in black. It is from the Sweetest Honey cut file. through close to my heart. So is this honeycomb. That's through the sweetest honey as well. Over here, I've got a little tag, and with that tag, I used this tag punch. It's kind of got a little bit of a, let me see here how I can show that. Because it was between this punch right here, sorry, some of my scraps, just toss that aside, and this one. And I wasn't sure which side I was going to like better. I ended up going with this side rather than this side. So that's what I used here. It's a Stampin' Up, one of my punches. Okay, I'll set it over there. Again, I put this sticker right here. This is that Love Goes On Forever. See how big it is? It just was too big. So I matted that on some paper and then just cut around it with my trimmer. The flowers are the same flowers as over here. I just cut more, and then there's the little swirl. I added some black twine and some stickers up there. This mat right here, this black mat is 7 by 7. And then I've got mink here that is 6 by 6. So there's about an inch or so around it, half an inch everywhere. And then these little pattern papers, I cut to 4 by 4. Sorry, my computer's telling me things. And then I cut them down the center to create triangles. And I might have one close because I've got leftovers, of course, for other layouts. They are not readily available right here, so I am going to not worry about it. But I cut some with this paper, and I used this side. I cut some, oh, here's one. So there's that, there's the remainder of the first one I cut. I cut some with this one, and I used just that side. And then I cut one out of, let me grab that, this paper, and I used both the sides, so stripe and then this swirly, flirtery leaf, whatever this is called. I know it's probably called something. I'm sorry. I don't know the fancy name for it. It's swirly to me, and that is right there. And then I just kind of made the corners all in the center and put a photo mat over it. And that photo mat is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. It looked better with a little bit bigger of a photo mat instead of the standard size that I normally do. So I left that there. But I did make sure it was horizontal. And I put this right up to it to kind of frame it in with everything. And then here's that little tag with some blue twine. It is my May Arts twine. I have this in kind of a brown natural color, in a white, and in the black. The nice thing about this twine is that I can dye the white one any color I want. So great purchase there. Okay, so that was layout number 1. Let me show you layout number 2. And then I'll do one small demonstration and then we'll be done. So it's not too long of a video today. Okay, this is layout number 2. And it's titled My Happy Place. So I used black 8 1/2 by 11 1/4. And then white daisy, I cut 8 1/2 by 10 3/4 because I wanted it to meet in the center. There, it's kind of better there. Okay. So with that said, then I had this center area that I wanted to kind of just be the center of my world rather than, kind of off and in the corners and everything. I just wanted here to be the center. So the Hive and Word pattern paper is 6 by 7. There's 2 of those. Let's see, the stripe pattern paper, there's 2 of those. They're 1 1/2 by 7. The zip strip is a 1/2 inch by 7, and there's 2 of those. So I've got it on both sides, just mirrored everything. So it's a continual piece. This is a cut file that I got. I got these ideas, the bulk of the idea, from Jennifer Smith. I bought her $15 kit. I will link it down below so you could go there. I can't share it with you unless you buy the products through me. But yeah, these kits are really cool that she did. But again, they're 12 by 12 like normal. Everybody does 12 by 12. Very little people do the smaller size, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos is because I want people to feel that, you know, you don't have to do 12 by 12. Doing the smaller sizes is just as beautiful, just as fun, and you can enjoy it just as much. It's not a has to be a 12 by 12 world. So I took her ideas and I ran with my own thoughts on how I could implement them. This layout originally had bees on it, and I didn't use bees. I didn't need to. I mean, yeah, there's a bee there, but it's part of the paper. It's not because I added a bee. I didn't go out of my way to say I want that bee there. But okay, enough of that. So after I got her cut files, I had to get a couple more sets because I didn't have the Happiness Lives Here. I didn't have, let's see here, there was one other one I had to get. That is the ending page. Let me see if I can find, there's the beginning page. Okay, yeah, I've got a lot of stuff sitting on the sides here. I had Sweet as Honey, I had Artistry, I had Art Booking, and I didn't have Complete Creativity. That one I bought today, and Happiness Lives Here. So I got those two kits to finish off being able to cut what I needed to cut. And I'm so glad, oh, excuse me, that I did because I love this flower. It is gorgeous. It's just beautiful. And having the Sundance behind it, it's a very sweet flower. It reminds me of a lot of flowers we used to have in Oregon. I don't have as many flowers here in Colorado. It gets a little too hot and kills off my flowers rather quickly. So, okay, so this one is a sticker. This one is just the same paper. I just flagged it. And then the stripe paper, I've just flagged both of those. Her kit was geared towards being um, using the Picture My Life cards and the workshop kit. And I only bought this kit here, right here, which is the paper and the stickers. So in areas where she used things that I didn't have, I just kind of had to go with what I had. So, and I did use again the honeycomb and added a little bit of the shortbread with my blender brush. I have the happy place up here and remember, those are both stickers. I have these hearts and they are left over from one of my VIP kits. And I didn't want them to be just the brown. So what I did, and I can actually show you that real quick, is I just took them. Let's see here. Let me find a little one out of my package. And I just pushed them into the ink pad, just shoved them down. And look at, you've got this nice little heart that matches. It's really, really easy to do. I was surprised. I hadn't ever painted the wood like that. I've colored them with pens. I've inked them. I painted them, but I had never squished them with the ink pad. And I was really happy with how that worked out. Okay, so I have 6 3x4 photos on here. I have the 3 flowers. I have some leaves. On the other layout, I had cut these bigger leaves. And I didn't have any more cut, and I'm out of New England ivy, but I'm actually really happy with putting this heart here. I think that looks great. I've got this little honeycomb over here in the Sundance, heart here, heart there. Really, really fun layout. I'm really happy with this, and I think I could use it for any kind of spring picture. Okay, so I'm going to share with you real quick how I did, oops, let me grab my mat, how I did this with just this little honeycomb. It's so easy. And these brushes I got, it's an off-brand. They're just makeup brushes on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. It will be an affiliate link because I signed up to do affiliate stuff. So I think there was 7, if I remember correctly, from big to little tiny. And it's really nice having all these different sizes. One of the reasons is because you can get a little more detailed, just kind of, go in there. Or with a little bit bigger of a brush, you can kind of get a bigger area. So there's, a little more of a condensed amount of ink there where it's just a little smoother here. So that's why I chose to go with this size. So when you kind of go around, just kind of inking these up, swirly motions, stripey motions, globby motions. See, it just kind of gives you some color. And you could, soften it up by going through like that. Just kind of adds a little detail. And the nicest part to me, honestly, oops, sorry about that. My little alarm going off, telling me I need to go get my last fueling for the day. Is that this right here I cut on the Cricut. It's not a stencil. So that tells me in many ways, which I've watched people do this, I just haven't done it myself, but that I could cut whatever I want and I could use it the same way. I don't need to spend money on these plastic stencils that everybody's selling unless I absolutely love the style that they're showing. Because I've bought some and I don't love them, but it's like everybody has them, so I should have them, right? Yeah, you don't need to do that. Cut things on your cutting machine. Silhouette, Cricut, what is it? Well, there's that other one, Pazel's machine. There's all sorts of machines out there. There's just basically your Sizzix machine, your Big Shots, your Gypsy. Oh, Gypsy's not that. That's not what I'm talking about. Your Gemini, sorry. Same type of word in my brain. Any of those, cutting some sort of background, you could use that as well. So this was one of the dies that came with the cutting file that I got from Jennifer. And I believe it's in the Sweetest Honey, but I only wanted certain sections. So what I did is I just cut it here and I cut it here. And see how there's those little bits right there? Then I just kind of flipped it over and cut it the other way. Simple. And it still stayed with that shape. So I wasn't losing the shape by, removing pieces on here. And again, it was just cut here and then over here. You just stay with the same groove, flip it over and cut and cut. And then you've got, it stays the same. It's great. It's a really cute little way to add, let me grab that layout back real quick, to add a little bit of detail here. And nobody knows that it's just this piece, they would think it's probably down there. I mean, I could have added a little bit over here too if I had wanted to. I didn't feel I needed it, but again, I mean, you could go anywhere with any of those things. So now I've showed you what I did with the wood and with this blender brush and the die cut I cut. So I just used shortbread ink and I used this little brush. And I want to say these were $8.99 or something like that. They were under $10 for 7 of them. And it's really been handy to have. I know one of my people a long time ago gave me these brushes. It was a 3 set from Stampin' Up. I've never actually even had to use them. They're so soft though. They're so soft. I mean, if you need a sensory time, it's a really good way of doing it. I've only ever used, and I think I actually got 2 sets of these. I did have to throw one away because my daughter had gotten a hold of it. But there's 2 little ones. See, 2 of that size. Oh, the one I had to throw away was one this size. 2 of that size and 2 of this. So maybe there's only 6. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not counting them tonight. It's been a long day. So I want you guys all to have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come play today. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you would love to see more of my videos. Leave a comment. I always appreciate those, and I try to get back as soon as possible on those. And have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.